Okay, so I'm going to roll on taking up stockpile for us. So the stockpile assignment, I had already done a little bit of work for you, and it requires a lot of multiplication and some addition, and outside of that, it's not so bad. So when you buy a stock, you have the number of shares times the cost per share, and that's going to equal the value of shares. So I'm going to zip through these. So we had 150 times 84.52. That's going to give us a value of 12,678. For this one, we had 100 times 840. That's an easy one to do your head, so that's going to be a value of $840. Then we had 300 times 36. So 36 times 300, and that's going to be 10,800 right there. So when you add all of those up, you're going to have 10,000 plus 840 plus 12,678 plus 34,72, and that's how you figure out the total value of a stock portfolio. So this is Brittany's portfolio, and this means that the value of her portfolio is quite high. It's $27,790. So that is that's a total. So part B we did, it said if Brittany decides to invest $1,000 in Dollar Rail, how many shares would she be able to purchase? You take $1,000, you look at the price for Dollar Rail, which is $36, and you divide it, and you're going to get 27 potential shares. It says she would like to invest another $2,000 and has asked for your assistance. She'd like to invest a stock which would give her the greatest number of shares. So if you want to buy the most number of shares, you need to pick the one with the lowest price. The one with the lowest price is the Court Bank. So when you're looking at that, the $2,000 is going to be divided by a price of 840. 2,000 divided by 840. And we have 238 shares. We can't buy a partial share. You can only buy a complete share. So it's 238 shares. And that's of the Court Bank. And again, I picked that one because it is the least expensive. So moving on to number 2. So we've got Enrique, and we're asking for the total value of his portfolio. And I don't need to talk all the way through it. You can watch. I'm going to take each one of these amounts. I'm going to multiply it through 250 times $1.76, 440, 75, 61, 16, 100 times 73, 60. Big one. 22,080. 225 times 28, 16, 3520. All right, once you've got those amounts, we are going to add them up. 3520. So plus 22,080 plus 4587 plus, whoops, I messed up and hit the wrong button on my calculator. Again, let's try that again. All right, 440 plus 4587 plus 2080 plus 3520, $30,627. There we go. So that's the value of Enrique's portfolio, $30,627. $627,627. That's quite a bit of money to have invested in stocks. Good for him. So it says every month for 3 months, Enrique checked and we changed it to an app when we did the video before, because we said we wouldn't be checking the stock prices in the newspaper. We'd be looking at them live, because if you have an iPhone or an Android phone, they even put the stock app on there right away for you. So he's looking at the value of his prices and seeing how they're going to change. Now, the starting price was $1.76, and you can find those starting prices up here. That's the cost per share that he bought into. And at the end of every month, for 4 months, what do you need, Hannah? Graph paper. Sorry, I'm helping my kids with school right now. We'll have to generate some graph paper later on online. You're not going to make it with a ruler. That would be crazy. Don't ever do that, kids. Okay? You're just going to have to wait. I'm doing this right now, sorry. Where you can go to an online graph paper generator and print some out. Okay? Yeah, there's some right there. Just print that. Print it. Okay? All right, so back to us, folks. What is the total value of Enrique's portfolio at the start in part A, and after 1 month, after 2 months, and after 3 months? These were bonus questions, and I'm going to leave them as bonus questions. So again, how do you do these questions? Well, you just do that calculation that we did 3 times. So you're going to go number of shares times the value, 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 and add them all up. If you're looking for the difference between the months, what you do have to do is you have to find the total where it was the highest, okay? And then you're going to subtract the lowest value. I put that in for you there already. So when you do these calculations 3 times, there was a little confusion that, it was a 4-month period, I think was mentioned in one of the bits of writing. Don't worry about it. We've got 1, 2, and 3 month intervals that we have prices on. So you're only doing this 3 times. Whichever value is the highest, and I'm going to predict right now that this one right here is going to be the high one. And the reason why I'm making that prediction is because we've got 300 shares of 78.70, but that's just my guess. So you can't just guess your way through. You'll notice that these all go up and down a fair bit, and I bet you the value is going to be pretty close. I know the value is going to be pretty close. So more importantly, the question here says, explain what would happen if Enrique invested all his money into only the stock of Download, and explain why it is important to diversify by buying different stocks. So if Enrique invested only in Download, we can look, stock value would have gone down. You can look at this, right? It went from 61.16 buying to after 3 months 35.30. We're down almost halfway, which means he would have lost almost half of his money if he sold at that price. It's crazy. You don't want to do that, right? And that's why we have to diversify our stock portfolios, because if we have all our money, the saying is, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. And if you put all your money in one place, then it's at greater risk. But by diversifying, you can look here and we can say Pat's transmission, it does go up, right? It goes from 73 to 78. He bought lots of that. This is going to hurt though. 75 shares, he's losing about, $40. Sorry, I said almost half and I meant over half, right? Because $40 over, lost $40 a share. So it's important for us to diversify. It is important to diversify. So hopefully, and that doesn't always happen, hopefully when some stocks go down, others go up, and you are still ahead money. Bonus question, is he ahead money after 3 months? You tell me. This went down, this went down, this went down, but this one went up. It's going to be close. Maybe I was wrong with my prediction with month 3 being the most. Maybe when he bought in, it's going to be the most, and he's going to have lost in all of them. What advice would you give to Enrique about investing based on the 4-month performance of these stocks? Well, looking at these 4-month performance, I might say, everything is down right now, except for Pat. It's frankly a weird stock to buy. Maybe I think he should find a reason why the others have all gone down. We've got Adrian Technology, we've got Download, we've got Wong Bank. Those all sound like money and tech firms. So I think we should find the reason why those went down. And maybe you could invest in something that you think is going up, that there might be a demand for. Just like with COVID, folks, we had a bunch of stocks go down. For example, airline stock has gone down because people aren't able to fly. But Amazon stock has gone up because everybody's hiding in their house buying all their junk from Amazon. And that's good for Amazon. But I bet you Amazon profits are going to go down a bit after we get back outside and we get the vaccine through. So maybe, my advice to you, if you were, having some fun and playing around with some stocks and looking at what stocks are which, try to experiment a little bit and find out a reason and look for that reason. So my advice here is for Enrique is to maybe he should buy some different types of stocks. Look for a demand for a product. Some of you have probably gone on a Zoom call. Zoom stock was a stock that went way, way, way up because of COVID. Is that stock going to stay super high? I don't know. But if you bought it when that company started and you owned it now, you'd be very, very, very far ahead. I can tell you that stock has already gone down a little bit because people sort of figured out that there's other options. Right now, we're using a Google Meet, and that's not Zoom. It's Google Meet. Those are different companies. Bless you, Hannah. Okay, folks. That is our assignment take up for now. If you have questions, just send them to me. Thank you.